Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about drying solutions, and in particular for the Snapmaker U1, I will tell you what I've gone, the setup that I'm going to use, but more importantly, I want to know what you've used. Let's get into it. All right, thanks for coming back to the channel. I am really excited to have the capabilities that this new Snapmaker U1 is going to give me, and that's primarily in multi-material printing. Now, if you've followed the channel, you know that for several years now, I think almost 2 years or over 2 years, I've had the Bamboo Lab H2D. And I love that printer, don't get me wrong. And for the longest time, I've been very happy with the two nozzles and the capability that that gives me. But I will tell you that when you want to mix different materials, you know, PLA PETG is not hard. But once you introduce something like TPU, the H2D, it's a little bit difficult. You can do it, you can definitely do it, and I've done it, but in my particular case, you know, I've got the AMS HT on top, I've got the AMS2 Pro on top, so I have to take all that stuff off, I have to take off the lid, reroute the TPU. I've tried to go through the TPU path, but a lot of times it doesn't work well. So enough about that. The Snapmaker gives me the ability, and what you see right here in front of you, this red and blue is TPU, and over on the other side, I have the Snapmaker SnapSpeed PLA that came with the printer. Now, we're talking about drying today. And first off, I want to thank Eibos. Duran, thanks. He's the CEO, I believe, over there at Eibos. And he reached out and sent this Polyphemus dryer. Now, this is the one that he sent. The one over there I purchased again, a long time ago. I think it was the second dryer that I ever purchased. I also purchased their Cyclops, which was the first one that I ever owned. And I have done reviews on that, so we're not going to go into too much on the Polyphemus, but this is the dryer setup that I have chosen. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this. But before I do that, please take a moment, go down in the comments, and I want to know if you have a Snapmaker U1, what is the drying solution that you've come up with? Now, I'm not going to talk bad about any other solution because what works for you is great. I'm just telling you what I've gone with. When Eibos reached out and asked me about, you know, actually, to be completely honest, because we've had a relationship for a while, I reached out to them and I said, hey, are you guys working on anything for the U1? Because I hadn't bought it yet, but I was interested. And we talked a little bit. And when they, you know, told me some of the challenges and mentioned, you know, a lot of people are using the Eibos, I thought, well, I already have one. And if I had a second one, then that would make this easy. So that is the direction that I went with. Actually, this video isn't sponsored by Eibos at all, other than the fact that they sent this one unit and some plates for me to review and look at. Again, this is just the solution that I went with. Now, let me talk about some of the reasons that I like this setup. Now, the first one is going to be the ability to use dissimilar products, like I was talking about before. Here, I have this particular dryer set for TPU. Right now, it's in the feature that is a humidity hold. You can just set this thing. I've got it set at 30%. So anytime the humidity creeps above 30%, the dryer is going to come on and it's going to bring that filament down. I've already done the drying, but it's got plenty of features. You can just hit the menus and it's got settings for PLA, PETG, ABS, ASA, TPU, etc. Or you can create your own custom profiles in there and you've got a lot of controls. One of the coolest things about the Polyphemus is its ability to rotate the spools while you are drying. Now, obviously, you have to unload the filament from the printer to do this, but it is a feature that you can use when you are drying your filament. Now, before I forget, this is a perfect time to take advantage of the sale that Eibos has going on right now. There's still, I'm not sure exactly when I'll get this posted, but at the time of recording, there's only 6 days left for their summer sale. But right now, as you can see on the screen, the Eibos Polyphemus dryer is $50 off. So it is only $99.99 right now instead of $149.99. So this obviously doesn't just work with the U1. You can use it with any 3D printer that you have, or you can just use it as a great filament dryer. I highly recommend it. Let me take a quick moment to kind of show you both the front and the back and how I have mine set up. Now, this is one of the most genius things I think about this particular dryer. And it's the fact that for both the front and the back, they've put these little ports on the base itself. Instead of putting it in the acrylic, because let me show you on the back what that means for you. Here we are at the back of the unit, and you can see on the back you've got 2 ports instead of the 3 like you have at the front. But what is genius about this is the fact that these ports for the tubing are down here in the base and not in the acrylic. I have a different model. It's the Cyclops from Eibos, and on that one it doesn't rotate the spools. It's a dual filament dryer, but the PTFE ports are in the acrylic, very similar to what you have at the top. And the problem with that is every time you want to remove the lid is your PTFE tubes are connected. And of course, if you have filament running through it, like if one spool, like the blue spool, runs out, but I still have filament like here on the red, then you can't really take the lid off. So changing out one spool is super difficult. With this system, as you can see, I can completely remove the lid, even if the thing's running, and then I can go ahead and change out a spool or load new filament. And they have even thought of a system where if you want to have one spool drying and rotating, but you want to keep the other one loaded, they give you this extra roller and you put that in and then it doesn't engage. The drive wheels down here, you can see that it's got a notch. So this one isn't going to spin. So you load this wherever you want your filament to feed from that is still connected to the printer, and you can continue drying and rotating your second spool. And these PTFE tubes, they just simply fit in this little slot, and they're kind of held down here in the back by the lids for your desiccant holders. And it doesn't come with these, but these are on Maker World. You can go ahead and print out some desiccant holders, and that just makes it much easier if you want to take these out and dry them or replace them or whatever. But you can go ahead, print those, pop them in, or you can just put desiccant in here or little, you know, the little packs or whatever you want. But then the original lids pop right in there, and you just pop your PTFE tube right like that. And so, boom, you're all set. Now, in order to put PTFE tubes into the filament feeders here on the U1, you will need a little modification. This bracket is available on Maker World. I'll put the link in the description. And I did have to modify this. The particular PTFE PTFE tube adapters that I got didn't quite fit the original version. So I'll either see if I can upload that to the same profile on Maker World if they'll accept it, or I'll, you know, just message me, send me an email, and I can send you the file if you want these, and I'll put the link to these guys as well. But this simply clips right on. There's some little spots in the back that it just clicks into, and then once you have that, these will just simply slide in there, and they're very easy to remove. I just took the lid off the Polyphemus dryer to make this a little bit easier. Loading TPU into the U1 is not difficult at all. It's slightly trickier than a rigid filament just at this point. If you set your dryer up like this, obviously you need to feed it through. I found there's a little bit of resistance going in to the filament feeder here, and you just kind of have to get over that. And so I find it a lot easier just to pop that out and then manually feed it. And then once it's fed in there, then it's good to go. So I'm just gonna pop that in there until it gets detected, and then it'll start sucking it in, and that is ready to go. And then I can throw my lid back on, and the Polyphemus is going to keep that TPU nice and dry. Let me show you why I've been waving around this X-Acto knife and talk about the very first multi-material print that I did with the Snapmaker U1 and these two Polyphemus dryers. This X-Acto knife handle broke years ago. I couldn't even tell you how long I've had it, but it's something that I wanted to fix for quite a while. So I just took some measurements, and then I did a test print. This was just in, I think, PLA, white PLA, but what I really wanted to do was mix a hard filament like PLA or PETG with TPU. So that's what I was able to do with the Snapmaker. And so I changed the model a little bit. We've got a nice soft grip on the outside here in blue, and then this is Snapmaker's red Snap Speed PLA. And now all my parts just fit together. It's pretty snug right there. but put our little X-Acto blade in the front, and then this fits in the back, and we tighten it down, and now I have a nice new grip, nice new soft grip for my X-Acto knife. Last thing is I'm going to have to design a cap for this because you don't want to catch the business end of this sharp blade. Now, before we wrap up this video, let's talk really quick about the build plates that Eibos sent along. They have these new Cryos build plates. Currently, these are also on special. So again, go to the website, check them out. You can get them for many different printers. Now, I haven't used the ones that they sent for the U1 specifically yet, but I have used the one that they sent for my Bambu Lab H2D a lot, and I'm loving it. Let me grab that really quick and show you some of the really cool features about it. So here's the plate for the H2D, and this is a mammoth build plate, but check this out. They have put that little, it's not a QR code, I can't remember the name for it, but the little optical thing that the H2D reads to make sure you have the right plate installed. There's one here, and there's one over here. So you can put it in the machine this way, or you can flip it 180 degrees around, put it in that way. And then on the back side, you have the same little code things. With the way they have this set up, you actually have 4 different orientations that you can put this build plate in, which is super cool. Now the plate for the U1, it doesn't have the little codes because it doesn't read those. But again, even though it looks like this is the back side, it still has all the same notches. So you still have 4 different orientations that you can use this build plate in. Awesome. All right. So again, I am just over the moon happy about the setup that I have going here. I've already ordered the top hat. Of course, that's going to take a while to come in from Snapmaker. And this is not the final configuration that I'll leave this in, because right now I just have it set up on the studio bench for making content purposes. Eventually it'll move over. It's actually going to take the place of the Bambu Lab A1. The Bambu Lab A1 will come over to the studio with some of the lesser used printers, but I'm going to be using this one a lot. So again, let me know, what is your filament drawing solution? Thank you so much for spending time with me here on the channel. I would greatly appreciate it if you would take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, that's the most important one, and hit the notification bell so you know when I drop new content. I am super close to 9,500 subscribers. We're just a hair over 500 away from hitting 10,000, which is a huge milestone for a YouTube content creator. So once again, thank you. I appreciate the time that we get to spend here together on the channel. Let's keep on learning, burning, printing, and growing together. Take care, everyone.